morning and welcome to the Sports Bar on talkSPORT. I'm Jamie O'Hara and I've got to deal with Jason Cundy.
Has anyone seen Fluminense? Has anyone seen Thiago Silva? Bit harsh, that.
Chelsea and Over Albion are just a days away from maybe becoming world champions. They breezed past Fluminense tonight, live on talkSPORT. How good are they? They spent billions. Do we need to start looking at them as title challengers? Do they have to go and win something now? Troy Deeney will join us live from New Jersey just to tell us how good João Pedro is. And we'll also talk about Elanga. He's on the move. Luis Diaz could be on his way as well. Loads to talk about. But we'll start with Chelsea. We've got to do it. Chelsea have got to a final. Can't believe it. 03 717 22 3344.
Get in the Super Chelsea. Get in, Jay.
You know what, right? Cannot be bothered with this show.
Yeah, you can.
I cannot be bothered. It feels like it's still the off season, right? For me, I've got my feet up, my sombreros are out, you know, the cigars are out. I'm relaxing, waiting for pre-season to start. You know, Spurs have got the Europa Super Cup on the 13th of August. Then I'll be back.
Yeah.
But to have to do a show about Chelsea in July,
Weird, isn't it?
It just
Weird.
It just feels boring.
Well, it's what we do, matey. It's what we do, isn't it? We enter a competition, we get to the final. Not like you lot, just turn up once every 50 years, rock up.
I mean, listen, European champions, right?
Big champions.
European. If we, you know what's really going to be annoying, right? That I had over you this season, right? Because you won the Conference Cup, but I had over you the fact that Spurs have won the Europa League.
Yep.
If you become world champions, I am not going to hear the end of it. It is going to be unbearable.
Well, look, we're in the final. We're giving ourselves a chance. I did not. Look, going into the tournament, in all honesty, there is no way I thought we'd get to the final. I just didn't see it. I just couldn't see a world in which we were going to get past all those great sides, right? There's still two more, and one we're going to have to face in the final. We'll be underdogs, no doubt about that. But just to be in the final, mate, in the inaugural World Club, I mean, it's quite remarkable, actually. Quite remarkable. So well done. Very proud of the boys.
You've had an easy route, and let's be honest.
It could have been
it's
harder.
like another Conference League route.
It could have been harder. There's no doubt about it.
But played any big dogs?
It could have been harder. But look, I thought Fluminense. I thought they were poor tonight, mate. I thought they were really poor. I thought they were dreadful. We played Benfica, knocked them out, and we played Palmeiras the other day. Those two sides are better than what we played tonight. I promise you that. They were poor. But you got to beat what's in front of you. We've done it convincingly. We're looking good. João Pedro is added something different up top for us. We weren't really stretched defensively. Sanchez is still a little bit of a moment. Still get that about it. But look, what can you do? You've got the final. Go and win it now. That's what I want to do. Go and win it.
I mean,
well,
I don't even know where
Chelsea, Jay. Up the Chelsea.
I don't even know where to go. Like, it's painful. It's actually painful having to talk about Chelsea in July. Like, help me out, people. Chelsea fans, come on and just, you can talk to your mate Cundy, because really and truthfully, here's a question for you, right?
Go on, mate.
Do you think you should win? Do you think you should challenge next season for the Premier League?
I think that there has to be a point where we. I mean, I heard we got the quotes from what Gab said the other day.
Well, we're gonna
play that a second. He makes I think some fair points that the money we've spent, and the problem we've got is that the players that we spent the money on, they're not. When we signed when Roman came in, we signed players that were like Champions League ready, Premier League ready, and that we haven't done that this time round. Even though we spent gazillions, but anyone that's not watched Chelsea, like I do every single game, will think, well, Chelsea should win the money you spent. The reality is we don't feel like that team just yet. But I mean, look, who knows what we can do in the Champions League next season? We saw what Villa did last year. Come close, gave PSG a right scare, right? Who knows what we can do in the Champions League? And that, after what we've seen tonight, look, we're a decent team. We're a tough team to beat. There'll be a few teams out there looking at us going, well, here's the question for you, right? Ask Liverpool fans, ask City fans, ask Arsenal fans, all three for these two others, are you a bit concerned about Chelsea? That they can answer the question. Are they concerned? Should they be concerned? Because look, we're a keeper away. I still think we're a keeper away from being a side that can do something. Do something.
Former Aston Villa striker Gabby Agbonlahor, he was back on talkSPORT earlier in the week. He called out Chelsea fans for not backing their team to win major trophies next season.
I'm sorry, when you look at what they spend. I mean, last season they spent €281 million. This season already, €179 million. what they're spending each summer, they should be beating the teams that they're beating. They should be one of the favourites to win this competition. We've got to come into it, but I'm sick of hearing Chelsea fans and Cundy and Scott Minto. No, another year, top 4 would be great and try and win a trophy. No. Chelsea should be going for the title. The amount of money they're spending, the players they're bringing in, the amount of players I've got available. I've done Chelsea 11, and I think I've written down available 30 players here. I get it a couple of years ago, but come on, last season, okay, patience, get into the top 4, okay, get into Champions League, okay. This season, you can't be the same. Oh, top 4 will do. Oh, Champions League now, we got to be careful playing Champions League. No, the amount of players you've got, I know they'll get rid of some of these players as well, but they're going to have 2 teams.
Yeah, look, that was Gabby Agbonlahor speaking earlier on the station in the week. I tend to agree with Gabs a little bit on this one, Jace. I also understand where you're coming from. I think you've got a really good side in Chelsea. I think João Pedro was fantastic tonight. He looked actually really good. I liked him at Brighton, but I mean, he looked the real deal tonight with the goals that he scored. You spent a lot of money, and you've got to be put under the spotlight a little bit. I think you've been able to get away with it because it's been a young squad. But I think next season you go into it, I'd say, what does the title challenge look like, do you think, for Chelsea?
Yeah, that's what does it look? Because we could have gone top of the table in mid-December, right? We had Everton away. Liverpool had played, I think Liverpool had either played 1 or 2 games less than us, but we had a chance to go top of the table. We drew away at Everton. Following week, we got beat at home by Fulham, and our season were there pretty much ground to a halt. We were terrible through January and February. Couldn't string results. Performances were terrible. Yeah, we looked like we were going to miss out on top 4, top 5. And then the back end of the season, we managed to turn things around, defensively solid, and we looked a much better team. But that 2-month spell, 2.5-month spell, was so damaging to us. Yeah. If we can get through a period, because we are a young side, and I've seen us play so many times, we don't deal with setbacks well. Honestly, we get bloody nose, so we get a punch on the face, and we rock, and you watch everyone. And I see it time and time again last season. We're not good. We need to deal with setbacks. If we can start dealing with setbacks in a bit more of a mature manner and find a way to get through those tough times during games, and they always come along, but I felt that we just seemed to look like a young team. There were parts of that season last year where I go, we look good. You can see where this is going. And there's parts of the season you go, yeah, I can see how, well done, but you're still young. You don't deal with setbacks. If we can deal with setbacks, then I think we've got a great chance of doing something. We ain't going to win the title. We ain't better than Liverpool, right? We ain't going to win the title. But I tell you what I want to see. I want to see us get closer. Can you put them
under pressure?
Well, we finished 5 points behind Arsenal last year, right? 5 points.
Didn't win nothing.
No, what I'm saying is, can we now finish above Arsenal? Can we finish above City? Can we get closer to Liverpool? I mean, I think the challenge is there. Go and take it on. I still don't think that we're, as a squad, I still don't think we're quite capable of doing that. But look, I'm hope to be proved wrong, that we can mature and can deal with setbacks. And, when we do concede a goal, don't concede the second one. I see that too many times last season.
The Sports Bar with Jamie O'Hara and Jason Cundy. Monday to Thursday nights from 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.